It happens every single year. Every year. And it's going to happen in the draft where somebody saw something at the combine and maybe changed their opinion or elevated their opinion or maybe lowered their opinion. All I care about is, what did you do on Saturdays? Sunday, nobody's blocking, nobody's tackling. Okay, you get to jump, you get to run, you get to throw, lift weights, interviews, medicals. I get all of that. Now, if something happened with your medicals, I understand why you would fall. But the 40-yard dash, I'm not that interested in. How many times you can lift 225 pounds, I'm not interested in. Now, there's the cone drills. There's certain drills for receivers that I'm very interested in. But I think we get caught up because there's nothing going on. And it's like, okay, it's kind of football. And then you're going to see these guys on draft night, and you're going to go, and I remember him at the combine. Every year, there's one or two guys that elevate their status, and then all of a sudden they change draft boards. Anthony Richardson. Oh, my gosh. Now, when I watched him, there were times when I went, man. And then other times I'd go, man. And now the Colts have said to him, you can work on a trade if you want to. Kind of signals you've moved on from Anthony Richardson. Yes, he.
Yeah, I think the combine is important for some positions. Like, is much more important for some positions than others.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think if you're looking at edge rushers in particular, if you're looking at how explosive they are, those are all numbers. The 40 time might not necessarily be the most important. How many times are they going to run 40 yards? But you're just getting a glimpse at how many times are they going to have to use their vertical like that. Probably not many, but you're just getting an idea of how athletic they really are. And that's something that I think is pretty important if you play that position.
Yeah, we'll talk to Louis Riddick about that there are certain positions with certain drills where you go, okay, now a vertical for an edge rusher? Yeah, I'm okay with that because you're going to be jumping up, knocking down passes. Maybe you use that person to block field goals. I think there are elements of these skills that you can use on Sunday. 40-yard dash, not as interested. But I am interested in what's your time for the first 10 yards of that, because that's football, the first 5 yards of that. But I guarantee you there'll be a couple of players who are selected higher than they should be. Now, one scout already told me he had 19 first-round grades. So we know that there are more than 19 picks in the first round. There's going to be 11 players taken higher than they should be. So factor that in, that he had 19 first-round grades. But, this happens every single year.